how to handle the stress. And handling the stress, and actually that, although this is, I'll mention here just few examples, but I do not want to go in too much detail because I want to go to the next point. The stress, by the way, what you're going through, what you need to know, first, whatever happened, believe in qadar. Convince yourself that now, whatever has happened, you cannot change. What can you do for the future? Believe in qadar is for the past. Believe in qadar is not tawakkul. Many people think, why would I get vaccinated? If I'm going to die, I'm going to die. That is tawakkul. That is against tawakkul. Tawakkul, depending on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to take precaution of every known precaution ever known to you. For future, you have to protect yourself. For something already happened, that qada qadar. But you need to know also, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is bring you this test to reward you. And we know the hadith, which is clearly, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, ما يصيب المسلم من نصب ولا وصب ولا هم ولا حزن ولا أذى ولا غم حتى الشوكة يشاكها إلا كفر الله بها خطاياه. Whatever happened to you, whether fatigue, disease, sorrow, sadness, distress, hurt, even a prick from a thorn comes to your hand or leg or feet, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you be patient, and you do not protest in anger, and you do not use unpleasant language or unacceptable language, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward you, or will forget and forgive you from sin you have done. So the test is actually for you to get a higher reward, higher grade. And to learn how to be patient, and that actually could be another topic for, if I want to call it, the psychology of being patient. How do you train yourself to be patient? How do you train yourself to accept that illness and disease and deal with it in the right way, rather than paralyze you and get you actually disturbed in your thinking and your reaction? But that is actually, we're still at individual level. Now, what we need to know, when Corona hit, everyone was afraid to get ill, and everyone was afraid about family member, and then we were terrified and scared and dealing with that stress at individual level. However, I hope all of you vaccinated, but the battle has not won yet. Even if you're not hit with Corona, the impact of Corona, it affects each and every one of you. Each and every one of us. Some of us lost job, some of us has impacted financially, some of us has impacted at the family level, at the social level, at the business level, at the education level, children level. Look at the impact of Corona and COVID-19 in the society at large. Look at every corner. Each one of us has been impacted somehow, somewhere with that disease. So now, what should we do? And I will bring here the example which we all know about, when a group of people were inside ship, and one of those people decided just to do something on his own, did not care about the rest of the society, the rest of the people in the ship. And he wanted to get water, he wanted to have access to the ocean water from the bottom of the ship. And in the hadith and in the story said, if you leave him, everyone will be drowned. Everyone would be lost and lose and drown. Why am I bringing this? There is some good news which I came to know about in the past few days, which is really, we're proud of it, that people who come to the masjid, whether ISB and ISPCC, and they did some statistic, it looked like a very large number has been vaccinated. That's the good news. And that means actually now we believe actually this is an affliction and disease and a test and a calamity, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought us a way to deal with it, and part of it, to get vaccinated, we took action. We took the first step. But what you need to know, there are many people around you who are still not tested, do not believe in the test, or have this belief or that belief. This is conspiracy. This is destroy your genetic. This is going to do this or do that. There are many people outside who are still against the vaccination. And guess what will happen? It will be you or me or your kids or your wife or your family who are still going to be impacted. And if you and I are not going to take charge of this and take responsibility on that, then all of us could be impacted. So that's one aspect about the disease itself. But if you look beyond the disease itself, what about the education system, which they're talking about now? The rate of suicide among teenagers is hitting the roof. The rate of depression, the rate of people who are delinquent from school. Our children actually will be impacted whether you like it or not. People who are losing jobs, people who are struggling, people who got certain disease or illness or have limitation in what they can do and they cannot do. The impact of COVID-19 hits every corner of the society. And what we need to do now, we need to move from caring about each one of us individually to think collectively about the society at large and to think about every human being. You do not think about your neighbor who is a Muslim or not Muslim. You think about your neighbor who is a human being. You think about your colleague at work who is a human being. You think about your friend who is a human being. You have an obligation and responsibility to protect that human being, to give advice to that human being. That is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mandate us to do and obligate us to do. And that's what Corona actually did to us, to bring us all to the level of the same level of humanity and a human being. We need to care about each other and for each other. Now, what I want to highlight here, alhamdulillah, with the administration of the Islamic Society of Boston, that always in our mind, first and foremost, before we go to sleep. When it was a hassle to be part of the effort to vaccinate people, we at this masjid, with the help of many other brothers and sisters, were pioneers in facilitating people to get vaccinated. That effort started even over 4 months ago. Some of you have helped, some of you might have even been vaccinated. If I go even further, it was in this masjid when this mask was not available to many people. It was here actually at this masjid that we distributed masks of over 30 boxes to everyone who needed that mask. When that mask was so scarce, people could not even buy it from anywhere, we started the effort as an organization that we care about the society. We distributed those masks to every clinic which needed around us. When the vaccination became available, we participated in the effort. But at this time, we went into another level. And your brothers and sisters who are here went into another level to care about the society at large. And for the past 4 weeks, they participated and they joined the effort with the city of Boston to educate people and community and societies and individuals around the masjid and every corner in Boston area to educate people about the importance of getting vaccinated. Now, if the organization taken a lead, the organization is you. There are a few individuals who could start the effort. But that effort could continue if you and each one of you decided to take some responsibility and say, so what can I do? In this test, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask you, what have you done? What have you done to protect the society? Whether you are a physician or in any field in the healthcare, or whether you are a wealthy person who have some money to contribute, or whether you are a laborer or driver, we do have an effort. put together. We do need a driver who would drive our car here in the masjid to go to the home of people who cannot even, who either do not have car or sick, so they can get vaccinated at home. If you want to do that effort, talk to any of the people outside now after the masjid to say, what can I do to help? Whether you are a driver or wealthy person or healthcare person, please come forward and say, what can I do to help? There has been ongoing seminars and workshops done here in this masjid for the past 4 weeks. As a matter of fact, one of them will be conducted immediately after the prayer. And we recommend that some of you who may have some time, attend that info session. Find out how could you help other people who are still not convinced to get that vaccination. We need you to be part of that effort, part of that dealing with the stress to get rewarded, rather than dwell on the fear and sadness and depression. Take a step and move forward and say, what can I do to help? We've done a lot of effort. There are people actually who have done outstanding job. Some of the effort, by the way, we've already got some money, so we could hire people who would like to come 4, 5, 6 hours a day throughout the week to be part of this effort. So if you or you know someone who could help, we have certain skills we're looking for from the community to be part of this effort, to educate everyone in the surrounding about the vaccination and the impact of corona. And we will go further. We're not going to go after the impact of corona on health issue only. We are working, and through the administration and different people from the board and different people who care about the society, we are looking now at addressing COVID-19 from every corner: legal, financial, social, religious, spiritual, and through this masjid. And if you see yourself, you want to be part of this effort, the door is open, our heart is open. Come forward. You could help in any capacity. You could help by, if you don't have time but you have the wealth, help. Pay some money. Help others do the job. So we wanted to be a pioneer as Muslim, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it to us an obligation to take care of the community and the society around us. So we want to be a role model. So for that reason, I'm highlighting some of the effort done. As a matter of fact, if you want to know about some of the fact about COVID now, you just go to covid.isbcc.org. We have even specific website created to make it easy to people so they can access and get to know about COVID easily, so they could convince one more person to get vaccinated. We have more than that. We have flyers to be distributed. We have people who are taking the call to book people to get vaccinated. We have vans to drive it to people, actually, to bring people to the vaccination place so they get vaccinated, and there are many efforts. What we need to do is to ask each one of you and ask each one of us, where would we need to be in that effort? Are we just enjoying listening to a nice khutbah and mashallah what other people are doing? Or should we say, no, I'm there? أقول هذا القول وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فيا فضل المستغفرين أستغفر الله العظيم. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا كما أمر وأشكره، وهو الذي وعد المزيد لمن شكر. عباد الله اتقوا الله فيما أمر وانتهوا عما نهى عنه وزجر، وأخرجوا حب الدنيا من قلوبكم فإنه إذا استولى أثر. واعلموا أن ربكم أمركم بأمر عميم بدأ فيه بنفسه وثنى بملائكة قدسه وعرشه، فقال تعالى: إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. To summarize my khutbah for the people who came in late, Basically, I spoke about how COVID-19 and Corona was nothing but a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and how that our life actually is full with tests every day we get up, and that test could be in any aspect in our life, wealth, health, or you name it. And then I spoke about that element of the test and how the reaction to the test and to the calamity is normal human reaction. And that stress reaction actually intended, even from biological point of view, to protect us or to help us do better. But if we know how to channel it, and what we need to understand actually how to channel the stress, first of all, to help us, not to paralyze our thinking, to help us move forward and do better things. And more than that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is guarantee reward to us. And He said, whatever test, whatever affliction, whatever calamity you got, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward you in it. And we spoke about some of the individual aspects and how the qadar is to believe what has happened, but the qadar doesn't mean you stop future action or rely on tawakkul or rely on whatever happened to be, why care? But the last point is we spoke about what we need to do now, move from individual level to society level. We need to start thinking about the society. But with Corona, yes, it hit few individuals, whether those individuals happen to be millions, but there are still billions of people around us who were hit, all of us, from every corner. Whether we travel now, we're impacted. Whether we go to visit another person, we're impacted. We look for a job, we're impacted. So Corona and COVID-19 impacted us on every aspect. And it is a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now to test us what could we do to minimize and deal and help others go through that negative reaction. Before I finish, we have several people who've been affected. It seems none of them has to do with Corona, but they've been impacted. And I would like to mention some of them actually. Our dear brother Anwar Kazmi, who was admitted to the hospital just a couple of days, yesterday actually, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He heal him from all affliction. We have another brother from our family, the family of brother Bajwa, also a 10 years old, who has some serious illness. And we have one of our sisters, Sister Iman's mother also, she is in serious illness. We have several family members who have been going through difficult time. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give patience to the family and to the people who are going through these tests. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to reward them by forgiving their sin, and to reward them by raising their level in the eye of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this disease. إني داع فأمنوا اللهم يا ولي الإسلام وأهله ثبتنا به حتى نلقاك اللهم لا تدع لنا في هذه الساعة المباركة ذنبا إلا فرجته اللهم لا تدع لنا في هذه الساعة المباركة ذنبا إلا غفرته ولا هما إلا فرجته ولا دينا إلا قضيته ولا حاجة لك بها رضا ولنا بها صلاح إلا تفضلت علينا بقضائها يا قاضي الحاجات. Oh Allah, protect us. Oh Allah, protect our family. Oh Allah, protect our wealth and health. Oh Allah, protect our community. Oh Allah, protect every individual in our community. Oh Allah, help us protect the society at large. Oh Allah, protect every person who lives in Boston area, no matter what his religion, no matter what his or her nationality. Oh Allah, help us be a good cause to help and protect and be a good vehicle to deliver good news or good health to any person live in this city and beyond this city. وأقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
استقيموا. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، الرحمن الرحيم، مالك يوم الدين، إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين، اهدنا الصراط المستقيم، صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. ولنبلونكم بشيء من الخوف والجوع ونقص من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات وبشر الصابرين الذين إذا أصابتهم مصيبة قالوا إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون، أولئك عليهم صلوات من ربهم ورحمة وأولئك هم المهتدون. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، الرحمن الرحيم، مالك يوم الدين، إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين، اهدنا الصراط المستقيم، صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير، الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم وهو العزيز الغفور، الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.